Welcome to the Glenn Beck program. Tonight, yes, a little bit of magic. First, I'm going to take one statement of fact, and I'm going to show you how to get the same people to give two completely opposite reactions to the same statement. It's fantastic. Then, for the grand finale, by the end of the show tonight, this host and this network will take over the entire country. Come on with the show. Hello, America. I say it like that because I think I'm supposed to be a little spooky because I was reading in Forbes magazine today. And it's great. Forbes, no, seriously, it's great, especially this time of year. I came across an article on George Soros on the Forbes website. And here is how it begins. Soros warns U.S. could be on the verge of a dictatorship. Billionaire investor and philanthropist George Soros warned tonight in New York that the combination of Fox News, Glenn Beck, and the Tea Party, and the ability of Americans to fantasize unrealistically about their political system might lead this open society to be on the verge of some dictatorial democracy. Wow. Whew. He's crazy, huh? What a crazy conspiracy theorist kind of guy, huh? No. Where do I begin with that one? How about here? If I say, hello, America, doesn't it make you just a little afraid of me and Fox News creating a dictatorship? Man, how did he figure it out? I feel like the end of Scooby-Doo, and I would have gotten away with it, too, if it wasn't for that 80-year-old billionaire. Well, if I was going to take over the country, I'd say to myself, how am I going to enslave the American people? How could I possibly, what do I need at my disposal? Well, if I put a plan together, I would have to come up with something where I could control the financial sector, get them under my thumb and hold them there. They owe me. Yeah, then I'd take over healthcare. That way I could make sure that everybody knows I control who lives and dies, who gets medicine, who doesn't. It's fantastic. Then I'd have to take over the industry, giant portions of industry. I don't know where I would begin. Maybe I'd start with the car companies. Yeah, because that's the only thing that really has any industrial might left. And then I could control the military. But the military is not going to listen to a guy at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. They won't take orders from me. Maybe I could find some way to stretch the military so thin that they would be of no use. Then I'd have to somehow or another figure out a way to grow dependence, grow people, make sure that they are dependent on me, through government aid. Yeah. And control the media and control food prices. Man, how could I do it? I was just smart. Hey, wait a minute. That's not my plan. That's the administration's plan. Darn. I've got to come up with another one. They're ahead of me. I got it. I got it. If I just could collapse the dollar, of course, I'd have to be able to do it in other countries, maybe, 3 or 4 other countries, so I could experiment on it and really have it down. Then I could try it with the largest economy in the world. Of course, I'd have to be a giant old tycoon, kind of spooky, think I'm like God and stuff. Oh, crap! That's George Soros' plan. I would have gotten away with it, too, if it wasn't for those crazy kids. Oh, well, I guess I'm just going to have to continue doing my 5 p.m. gig here as I hypnotize you. I'm sorry, Mr. Murdoch, they have caught us. We can't wait any longer to take over. You will do everything I tell you to do. Yes, everything. Send me all of your money. Wouldn't that be great? Now, the only problem is I've got a 3-hour radio show and a 1-hour TV show. So I don't know, besides the hypnosis thing, by the way, you're still asleep. I don't know how we turn this into a dictatorship. Tell you what do you say we forget about the ridiculousness of that point for a moment? And let's play the imagine if Glenn Beck had said that game for a moment, okay? I guarantee you that I'd be called things like fearmonger in chief, which I saw the other day I was called. That was good. It's clever. That's good. But George Soros, well, I didn't read the whole Times article. Let's see how George Soros was referred to in Forbes magazine. He was referred to as a billionaire philanthropist. I've never been referred to like that. It's sweet, though. He's a philanthropist, giving millions to heartwarming little children, big puppy dog eyes, charities like Media Matters. Oh, they're great. That's just a group of bloggers who try to get people fired. They do that for a living by taking those other people's words out of context and then smearing them night and day just to get them fired. Oh, by the way, Media Matters, come here, you snuggums. Oh, you're so cute. How's that working out for you? I still have a job. Man, you guys suck. You really do. Anyway, ADD moment. If you're rich and a conservative, you're going to be called a phony rich guy. That'd be you. You don't believe in anything, really. But if you're George Soros, philanthropist. Well, now let's see. Let's be cynical. Maybe the author that works at Forbes is on some sort of Soros payroll. No, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. Who's the author? Robert Lesner. Let's look at some of the other stories, because I'm sure he's fair and balanced. Let's look at some of his other works, like this one in the Huffington Post, called In Defense of George Soros. Oh, in this one, he actually says that he takes offense at slams on George Soros. Well, let's look at his blog, Mr. Lesner's blog. Let's check it out. This one is, invest like Soros. Don't get thrown from the gold bull market. This is where he's saying you should buy gold. Totally impartial piece on Forbes, in Forbes also today. Totally impartial there and totally impartial in Forbes. This is where Lesner writes, Soros also characterized Fox newscaster Glenn Beck, that'd be me, spooky dude, who has been falsely vilifying Soros publicly as a throwback, I love this, to the wild and crazy radical elements that never before were given such a public pedestal to foment their hate. A throwback to the wild, crazy, radical elements? Wow, would that be like Bill Ayers, who's now writing textbooks in schools? Or more like Van Jones, that has just got a giant pedestal all over the country, you know, from the president and George Soros. I can't decide which radical element you were comparing me to. But the article goes on. Beck has been trying to stir up public hatred of Soros. I have? Suggesting that the investment genius and significant philanthropist was maliciously trying to take over the U.S. for his own purposes. Well, there's more adulation. Investment genius, and not just a philanthropist, significant philanthropist. It's much better that way. And it's not just philanthropist, it's significant philanthropist. Yes, it is. It is significant. In fact, may I show you? We have the video. Get the videotape ready. Before I go there, let me address the rest of this drivel. Forbes says that I am falsely vilifying Soros in order to make people hate the significant philanthropist. I don't hate George Soros, and I never said to hate George Soros. My mother told me not to hate, even though I might really dislike the things that he does, which I do. I disagree with him wildly. I think he should be open in his open society. I think his ideas really, really suck. We disagree, but Spooky Dude has a right to his viewpoint. I showed you, in his words, what his significant philanthropy is and what it's going towards. Do you remember the episode? Roll the tape, please. These are the lists of the organizations that are involved, you know, in these 5 steps. And we wrote it out for you. But I just wanted to show you that it's no big deal. It's not like you're overpowered or anything like this. There's more. This is less than half of them. But other than that, there's nothing to see here.
Got it.
Just move on.
All right, I'll turn the body.
This guy drives me crazy. He's trying to take over the world, you know. So there it is, just that little list of the, shall we say, subversive elements in charity causes. And the most egregious statement from Forbes magazine is one that I would either like proof of or an apology from Forbes. In fact, I think I may demand one. Yes, I'm going to. That I falsely vilified Soros. Forbes magazine, show it or apologize. I'd like to know exactly what I lied about. Falsely vilified? Really? What did I lie about here? Because I have no idea, because there's not one piece of evidence presented to back up your claim. Forbes, really? Are you down to this now? Time's getting tough? I used to think you had credibility. See, when you write a story, like us, we do a story, we back it up, but we back it up, with his own audio, which is weird. Be nice if somebody at Forbes actually backed up their claim. If I was making stuff up on the air, if I was falsely lying about the most powerful man in the world, gee, you think somebody might have found an attorney, don't you? Oh, at least I would have been fired by now. That's weird. You know what? I should get... Tiffany, I want a yellow phone. Uh-oh. Now the White House can't call. I want a yellow phone, please, because we have this phone. Yes, this phone. The president has the number to this phone. He can call anytime. Verify. I got something wrong? Call me up. Come on. I want a yellow phone, maybe a green phone. What color should George Soros' phone be? We could have a whole set of phones. Call me, spooky dude. You're welcome on this set anytime. Anytime. Forbes,